Hi everybody, welcome back to the Jerry and Louise Show, and we're back in the studio with Dawn Frey, the owner and founder, the president of Rockin' the Road for a Cure. So Dawn, tell us a little bit about your organization. We have your pamphlet over here.
Rockin' the Road for a Cure was founded back in 2008. I was diagnosed actually in 2007 with breast cancer. I had HER2 positive, estrogen positive, and ductal carcinoma. I went through about 5 surgeries, a year and a half of chemotherapy. I lost my hair, I was very weak. But I found that because I'm a recreational therapist, I knew certain things would help me get through these challenging times. And I searched out for someone who did yoga, who would help me come to the home, because at the time I did not feel comfortable with going out because I was bald. I had sores in my mouth, of my feet, from the chemo affecting my immune system. And I ended up going to a retreat with Libby Ross Foundation, who's an amazing also breast cancer foundation, and they cover the expenses for people that are going through breast cancer to go away, and you have a nice weekend of yoga, meditation, nutrition.
What kind of insurance did you have that let you get as far as you did until you needed to get further assistance? Like, did you have like Medicaid or
no?
Or you were that had coverage?
I was under my husband's medical, which was United Healthcare.
And that took care of the chemotherapy?
Thank God at the time they had what was called a cancer rider program. And some companies have it and some don't. And
is that through like a Sloan Kettering?
It basically, if you're under their insurance and you get cancer and it has an extra cancer rider program, it covers 100% for your bills. I mean, not all, it depends if they're in network or out of network. So some people
that restricts you which doctor you can
yes.
go to and what
so
facility.
Yes, so some people, like my surgeon, was considered out of network. They paid part of it, and we had to pay. We did have a lot of extra expenses at the time. Financially, it does affect you. It affects the family. It affects everybody. You know. And then I couldn't work anymore, and so my income was not coming in. And then on top of that, you have all these extra bills coming in.
And you're not feeling good on top of everything. You're just drained.
Right. You don't have the energy. You're weak, and you know, you just, you know, the chemo really knocks you out. It does. It takes a toll on you, and whoever has gone through it or has been with somebody that's gone through it will, you know, kind of understands more of the effects
suffering
of chemotherapy.
Just the word alone frightens you. So many people are among us that either have it or have a connection to someone that has, and it's out there. It's out there. So you need to, you need to follow a certain either food regulations or treatment to help, cure.
Right, and the reason that I decided to start this organization was when I went away to that yoga retreat, I found it to be so invigorating. Even though I was bald, I had sores in my mouth, I made myself go. And I pushed myself. And I just felt it helped me so much to just release all that tension I had and emotions. And it just helped me to, regarding stress management and coping. And I really had a better understanding of how much yoga and meditation and really about eating properly could really help, to get through this. It just made me feel a lot better. And I decided this would be something that would be great if we could provide it to people in their homes, because not everybody feels comfortable when they're going through chemo and they don't have hair to just go into a yoga center.
Not only that, they're not even strong enough.
Sometimes
they're not even able enough to make it to the car, which
right.
really is rough.
Right. So there are facilities that you could go to that may offer it for free. However, like you said, just getting in the car and driving there, is a big task when you are just drained of all your energy.
And you have nobody to
So-
dress you, right? Like, honestly, some people need nurses' aides to just dress them in the morning and wash them up.
Yeah, it depends on, your stage that
Makes
you're
sense,
at
yes.
and where you're at with everything. So in my mind, I said, you know what? I had ended up paying somebody to come to the home and provide in-home
Out of
yoga for
pocket.
me. Yes. And thank God I have a huge family support system who was able to, support me emotionally and help me with some of the bills if I, for yoga or, to get me out of the bind as far as medical, because that puts you in a
You would
deep
never
hole.
think doing that. You would never think it. You look so healthy, right? You would think all you went through, look in the mirror and look, you look beautiful. You would never think that you are someone that really went through all that.
Thank you. I'm probably feeling and looking better than I did before I got the cancer.
Oh my God, I'm so glad.
Because there's so many things I learned from it, and you could either look at this as a negative experience or you got to look at the positive. So there's a lot of things I learned through the time that I was going through this and meeting other people, and just about
Why God picked you
relaxation,
to deal with this.
relaxation, all that. And I used to be one of these people with work, like a workaholic. Getting stressed out, work. I got to make more money, more money, more money. I want to do this, this, this. And then after I got hit with this, I said, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth my health. It just is not. And sometimes you have to make that decision,
You're that special person that's going to change the future for women. So for certain women on Long Island, to make them first of all focus on flipping it to a positive on G. So I was picked to get this awful, terrible thing, but to have the energy to fight back and do something that you love, which is the next reason why you started the organization.
Right. So with that, I decided to start the organization to provide in-home yoga, meditation, whatever people need, transportation, childcare. I thought to myself when I was in that position, what would I need right now? Housekeeping, somebody to help me. I couldn't even get up to clean my house and things. So, and then also, then I was trying to come up with a name for the organization, and I came up with Rockin' the Road for a Cure.
Did anybody help you? Anybody give you any?
Yeah, my family, as I said, very big support.
Yeah.
My aunts, my mother, my father, my cousins, a lot of people,
Is it in your family?
Actually, no.
See?
And I, came out negative for the BRCA gene.
Would you advise people to get that test? Or would you think that they just go on
Well-
gee, I'm never going to get it?
I guess if it runs in the family, people may want to know. Some people don't want to know.
Right.
It's really an individual thing for them.
Right.
Whether they want to know or they just go on with life saying, well, I might get it, I may not get it. Or they take that step, and if they have the gene, they may decide to go through a double mastectomy. So my grandmother on my mother's side, she had colon cancer and died at a very young age at 43.
Wow.
So-
oh my God.
All they said, if a grandparent, a maternal grandparent, has a certain type of cancer, and that you should get checked 10 years prior to the time that they had passed away from that disease. So I was actually being checked for colon cancer for years, but then later on I found out actually back then, years ago, they didn't have the technology they have now
No.
to know exactly where did your cancer start, how did it start. So back then they opened her up and it spread all over.
Once the
So-
air hits it, that's what they say. It's scary to know that you want to take it out, but then what happens when you do remove certain...
So they ended up closing her up and they just said colon cancer, even though it was all over. So potentially she could have had breast or ovarian. Unfortunately, my aunt on my mother's side just passed away in May of ovarian cancer. So now we're thinking maybe my grandmother had ovarian cancer. So, and she was a big part of my board. She helped out immensely from the very beginning, and even through her own chemo for ovarian cancer, she still met with patients. She was a beautician, and she would meet with them to help them with their wigs. We would purchase the wigs for them. And see, she would cut it for them so it would look like their hair usually
yes.
looks.
Oh my God, that's fabulous.
And up until 4 months before she passed away, she kept helping with the organization.
That's awesome.
So, but in the beginning, coming up with a name, I decided Rockin' the Road for a Cure because I do play drums and I am always surrounded by musicians, and a lot of times.
You're drumming for a band called Lady Sabbath,
Yes.
which is an all-women band, which, oh my God, I'm so excited. That is fabulous to be in a band with all women.
Yes.
And how many years have you been together?
Well, the singer and my guitarist, we have been together since we're 16 years
Oh
old.
my God, that is so fabulous.
Yes, and we started out as a band called Night Angels back in the 80s.
I love it. Did you have the high hair?
Yes, we had the big hair.
Oh my God,
Lots of
love
hairspray.
it, love it. Oh my God. So you were drumming and singing. Do you sing also?
I'm not the greatest singer,
But
but
you do help the girls with backup.
not for this particular project.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
Require that.
require so much of the backup, and we do Ozzy, Dio, and Sabbath. We cover those three artists. Which when we were in Night Angels, we did a lot of original music. We wrote a lot of original music. But we always would add in a few covers into our set back then, and it would always be Black Sabbath,
Yes.
Dio, Queensryche, Deep Purple.
Yep, I know I have some down here that you did too.
These were like, we would pick our favorites if we were going to throw in a few covers. But then later on in life, we kind of did not play together for probably like 7 years, and then I kind of got the band back together because another one of my aunts who's very involved still to this day, thank God, she had a liver disease. And she got to the point, so I started doing actually fundraising for the Liver Foundation and got my band back together back then. And we started playing again just to help my aunt and the Liver Foundation's organization. And from there we started playing again. And so for a good 5 years, we were doing what was called Liver Rock, all one word, Liver Rock. And I would organize that with bands, and I realized how much the musical community.
On the island, you doing that on the island? You were doing that on the island?
Yes, we were doing that on the island. There used to be a place called Downtown. I don't know if you remember the club. Mulcahy's. We did Liver Rock. We started off doing it actually upstate. We did something, and some of the people from the board came up, and they loved the whole concept, and it took off from there. And so when I started this, I knew that a lot of people in the musical community would help out and to help me raise some funding to get this whole organization off the ground. And Rocking the Road, I felt the road is. I also grew up. My father has motorcycles. My uncle, all motorcycle riders.
Who better than to fundraise than the bikers?
Right, and traveling, and I do feel like you could go down one road and you could decide to make that right turn or that left turn, and depending on which road you take is maybe what's going to happen in your life, or the signs that you see along the road, will give you some signs of, what you should do, if you're thinking about doing something, or the people you meet along the road, could be very helpful to whatever your goals are in life as well. So.
That's for sure. This is a great, fantastic organization you've got going on here. And you, naturally you've got your stage name, which is Bella Tambora. Will you tell us about that?
Yes, Bella Tambora. My grandmother's last name was Bella, but when they came over from Italy back in the day, Italians were not as well liked, I should say. So they took out the A from her last name, they left it at Belle. So when I decided to come up with a stage name, I said I'm going to use Bella because that was my
Beautiful.
grandmother's last name. And tambora means drum in Spanish. So beautiful drum.
Wonderful.
That's how I came up with the name.
So they nicknamed you Bella Tambora, and now you've been in the band. You said how many years you girls have been together?
We've been on
That's
and
what-
off since we're 16, so over 25 years.
So you have a website that people could go to if they want to come and see one of your shows?
Well, we have a Facebook page under Lady Sabbath that people could look at, and we're working on our website at this point.
Oh, great. But actually, this boob stock that we're going to be working on December 3rd.
Yes.
Now, December 3rd, how can people get information about coming in, seeing, is it a $20 cover, the place that it's going to be?
Okay, Boob Stock will take place on December 3rd at the backstage, which is in Woodmere. And it'll start, doors will open at 5:30. We're gonna have raffles, merchandise.
great
a lot of-
Merchandise. Hold on, Bella. Let's do. Now, can you show us our logo? Okay, if anybody wants to sponsor this event, you will be on the back of Bella's t-shirts. The girls will be selling t-shirts
Yes.
that day. We got the fronts here. So please, if anybody has any ideas that they could come and sponsor the girls, and you'll be put on the back of the shirts over here. And
We have two different fronts. So this one is our
One and
our
one.
logo, and then we have one that says Boob Stock. So
Here's
which
the
a lot
other
is
one.
a
Yep.
big seller. The
And
guys
so-
love it especially too.
it's beautiful. I love it. Go ahead, Bella.
This is the front. So for you women, because it's
I
up here,
love
makes
it.
you look thinner down
So-
there.
Yes, I love it. It's so
And
pretty.
we have here dedicated to saving every last one, which the guys like this saying. And we always put our band logos back here, and on the bottom
Love
we
the
have
colors.
all our sponsors' logos as
Yep.
well. You know, and this one was from when I did it 2 years ago. And again, we're looking for sponsors for the event. The sponsor page will be on my website, www.rockintheroadforacure.org. You could go there and you could click onto our sponsor form and fill it out.
This will be on the radio. Getting the airtime on this,
On,
on this event coming up.
I hope so.
Maybe so they can log in and also and listen.
Yes, actually, next Thursday we're gonna have a live feed with some of the band members on Facebook
Oh, that's so
through
exciting.
Christine Rock and Roller's page. So we'll be getting interviewed for. That's going to be part of this whole thing. So I hope to see everybody there. It's $20 at the door, and it's $15 in advance. If you go to our website, you could purchase tickets in advance right under our Boob Stock flyer. We also have an event page on Facebook as well that you could look for more details, and it's going to be great fun. So we have right now 6 acts. We have starting off at 7 p.m. the Cher Tribute Band.
Yay! Thank you. I'm so
Louise
glad
here.
to be a part of it. Oh my God, my first year. So this is the second year.
This is the second time.
Oh my God, yes, I only missed one.
Yes.
Okay, yay! I'm excited.
The premise of this too is empowering women. So we're featuring a lot of women artists, top women artists from here in Long Island and New York.
So female-fronted bands.
Either all female bands or female-fronted bands, or somebody in the band is female. It doesn't even have to be female-fronted. But I hope you can make it down and come and support. It's going to be tons of fun. Our next band at 8 o'clock is Helter Skelter, a Beatles tribute band with T.C. Cross.
Oh my God.
Great edge to the Beatles. Love them, love them, love
Oh
them.
my God, yeah.
They are amazing. And then after that, we have a band called High Maintenance, who's new on the scene. Another all-female band that does.
Yes, they played 89 North, right, recently?
Yes, they played 89 North. They do anything from Melissa Etheridge to Joan Jett to the Go-Go's.
Oh my God.
All different
Good
kind of
stuff.
music.
You're not going to want to miss this event. You've got to come check out the boobs.
And then we'll be on at 10, Lady Sabbath.
Yay!
Then we have 100 Proof, who's featuring a female guitarist, Elisa. And then our last band is the Carl Michaels Band at midnight. So, and if you're, and whoever's hanging out, they'll be playing on and on as long as people are hanging out.
Yes.
So
Don't forget to log on the website, join Dawn, join us all for this special event, Rockin' the Road for a Cure. And we will see you soon, taking off on the Jerry and Louise Show.
thank you.
Thank you.